Online is a lot more flexible. So you do have a virtual peer group and a virtual classroom, but you can work at whatever your own pace. So if one day you want to work at Saturday at 8 o'clock in the morning, then that's fine. You just log in and you do your week's lecture then. You can also pause lectures, so you could watch part of it one day and part of it the next day if you find that focus is a problem for you.
Certainly the benefits of online is flexibility, being able to access. I was up like at 4 a.m. this morning, and I had 3 emails from some students who were having trouble accessing an online quiz, and they were up before me doing this quiz. This quiz was only open for the day, and the best time that they could do that was now, because they work from 8 to 5, and this is their opportunity to do it, and suits them. So I think the major benefit of online is definitely that flexibility of being able to do it any time of the day.
I work part-time in pharmacy, so being able to work as well as come on campus, sometimes that didn't always work. So being able to study online gave me the option of also trying to work as well as study.
So what we're finding is that, when the conversation's going on all the time, in a classroom the conversation stops when the bell rings, sort of thing, at the end of the session. But online that conversation is going on 24 hours a day, when it suits you.
Particularly with iris analysis, where you're required to do the weekly tutorials, you posted on the forum your comments on that week, and you got to interact with other students and got to see their responses as well. So you could see, how each of you were going, and you could swap notes on it and that sort of thing. So it's like a study group as well.
Oh, it's so easy. It's really, really user-friendly. Everything you need is kind of presented on the front page, so you don't need to go looking under strange links. It's all just there. Downloading the PowerPoints couldn't be easier. You just click on View Slideshow and then click on the PowerPoint itself, and I'm sure there's even videos online. I know there's videos on how to upload your assignment or how to do things. It's really user-friendly. I haven't really had a student who's had a consistent problem with being able to do it. So, and like I said, I've got people who haven't studied for 50 years, probably only owned a computer in the last 5, so they're certainly not techie people either. Yeah.
And they're starting to build those networks, and I think what we're finding is those networks are almost closer in the online world, although they might be many, many thousands of miles apart in some cases. I just had an email this morning from a lady who's in Afghanistan. Her husband's fighting in the war, and she's filling her time by doing her degree from there, and there's no way she would have been able to do that any other way than to get through. So it hasn't held up her approach to finishing her degree.
There's an email site that you can access through the online learning site, where you can just contact your lecturer directly through the online learning email.
And as well as their tutor, they also have their student advisor. So they have a couple of people that they can go to, depending whether it's I've lost my student number or my password type of issue, or I'm really not coping with this subject matter at the moment, can you provide me with some extra support? So the support is really there, it's really built in. It's almost a full-time job for me. Sometimes I feel like, or my husband especially feels like I'm always on the computer trying to offer support to my students, but that's a huge advantage that we have nowadays with our online learning, and I think what sets Endeavour apart to other distance education places.
The online did help me get through. If a subject wasn't offered on campus, I could then do it online, and it would mean that I'd do that year or that semester quicker as well. Also in terms of working, because you also have to keep working as a student, it allowed me to, if I couldn't get into the campus, I could just do it online in my own time, which was really good. So at night time, if you get home, you could sit online and do your stuff.
I think the other benefits that it gives is what we mentioned before, is that ability to revisit the materials over and over and over. On campus, yes, we have that opportunity, we have the textbook and we have handouts and so forth. However, an on-campus experience is really a one-off experience. You don't get to repeat that again, because next week we move on to the next topic.